Okay everybody, it's Shane Walton here, and going around YouTube all you see is these year-end guitar recaps and reviews of the guitars everybody's owned and played this year, and figured I might as well join the party and make my own. So these are the guitars that I've owned and traded and flipped and loved in 2024. Okay, first of all, let's take a look at how the year started out. So I started out with, let's throw the picture up. So this is my Happy New Year picture from last year. As you can see, I started out with 7 guitars. 7 guitars at the beginning of the year. And I think I'm well over that. I think I'm up to 10 right now. We'll count them as we go along. Of these guitars, I've kept most of them. I still have my bass Daryl, my acoustic Angela, and Hero after my wife, my Dean. V, I still got Sarah, my Sahana, and I still have Ernie, my Super Shredder. Of these guitars here, the ones that I've passed on has been Peaches, my Ibanez, and Imogen, which is my 1979 Greco copy, have left us. So let's go on to the year. So first of all, the year started off with actually flipping a couple of guitars. I had the 1979 Greco EG700, and the 1970 is kind of a special year for Greco because it's the year they got hit with the lawsuit, and they had this one year where they did not know what to do with their headstock, and so this is the headstock on and the logo. Actually, the logo on the Greco is very unique to that year. But it was kind of a heavy guitar. It was over 10 pounds. Had the kind of the pancake type, like 2 pieces of wood like pancake together construction, and I ended up selling it. I made about $150 on the sale. Sold it to a guy in Australia in the beginning of January. Also in January, I sold off my Ibanez S470 left-handed. It was like from 1998, I think, and I always wanted an S. Actually, I actually like the Nita Strauss Jiva. This one I had. First of all, like all these guitars, people lose the trems, and finding a left-handed whammy bar for is like they just don't make them anymore, Ibanez, and so it's either pay outrageous prices like a couple $100 just for the trim, or you try to get something to substitute and it doesn't quite fit quite right, and it was giving me a little trouble. When I use the trim, it go really out of tune, and the setup on the Floyd Rose type bridge, I guess the edge trim was not going so well. So I figured I'd make it somebody else's problem. So I sold it off. I don't think I really made any money on it. Probably maybe broke even on it. I sent it to a guy in, I think, California. Actually, his mother bought it. It's a young guy. His mother bought it for him and sent it off there. So also in January, I got this the NUX mini amp there, and been using it actually a little bit outside a little bit. I worked and stuff like that, and it's my only amp about the year throw on there. Got it at a good price. I think I paid about $80 used for it, and it seems to work okay. Like the Bluetooth is actually quite convenient on it. I like it a lot. And in March, I got actually returned a guitar. My Akino, which is my left-handed Strat copy, came up, and I lent it to a guy who took it for about 15 months, and I wasn't sure he was playing it at all, but ended up, he says, "Hey, can I get that back?" And he gave it back, and so I had my cheap Strat copy came back. Akino came back in March, so it's first guitar back. March started to get a little bit busy, and the first one that came up, called Red Sonia, was this red Les Paul Standard, Gibson Les Paul Standard, and I got it for about $13.50 used, and it had almost very little dings. Just a couple of things around the headstock. It looked really beautiful, nice, and it played nice, and I liked it a lot, and got it at a really good price. But when you get it at a good price, you know you could sell it for more, which I ended up doing. Ended up selling it for about $2,500, so I pretty well doubled my price, almost, not quite doubled it, I don't think. So and I sold it to a guy in the States. One thing about the Les Paul, I liked it. Of my Les Pauls, you know, I think Les Pauls, they're okay. You know, they play okay. They don't think they're phenomenal like a Super Strat. You know, I'd rather have a Super Strat or something with contours, but they play okay. This one played very nice, looked beautiful. But a couple things about it. I took it out once to play outside, and the whole time I was worried, oh, it's gonna get stolen, or I wonder if this is gonna get banged up or something like that, you know. But anyways, so with that kind of in my mind, and knowing that I really can't afford these type of guitars, if I can sell it for a higher price, I should do it before something happens to the market. So I ended up selling it. Well, I bought it for 200,000 yen. I sold it for 340,000 yen. I think like I said, it's about 1350, and I sold it for 2,500 US dollars or so. So hey, made some money on it and enjoyed it while I enjoyed it while I was there, and maybe someday I'll have a financial. My daughter gets done college and stuff like that to buy another proper Les Paul Standard again. But the next guitar that came up is a kind of cheaper one is by Playtech, by Jimmy, and called the Jimmy here. But these Playtech guitars, lots of lefties and lots of different colors. You can get pinks and yellows and greens, and I took a purple. I got this purple one that I changed out the pickguard to make put a green, because I'm always kind of a green color guy. And a guy recommended to me I should change make the pickup covers white and the knobs orange, and it'd be kind of like a Joker guitar. So like a Joker, maybe put the Joker sticker on the headstock or something like that, or a decal on the headstock, and might be kind of cool. So, and I still got this one. Like I said, it was cheap. You know, it's like I think it was about 80 bucks or so. New, 80 bucks new. It plays fair. It's my first one with a maple fretboard. They do have ones in rosewood. With my first maple fretboard, and could use some upgrading. Maybe get a nicer trim, maybe locking tuners. But it plays okay. It's standard. It's not my go-to guitar, but sometimes when I want something to bang around, it's what I use there. Anyways, it's still around, and I haven't sold it off yet. Okay, the next big, actually my biggest guitar purchase after the Les Paul Standard came in April, when I got this Maybury Fishhook Telly. And there's a video on that, take a look on that. It's a custom-made guitar in England by a guy named Jason, and he just makes custom guitars, and he had this on his Instagram for a while, and I remember I was just commenting on it, like, this is absolutely beautiful guitar, and I'd love to have it. Then he sold it out to Shane in the Blues in Australia, and then Shane did a review and all, and then he decided he wanted to sell it off, so I kind of got it from Shane. Had him sign the back of the headstock there, and so I got my Maybury here, and it was one of my biggest expenses for ones that I actually kept. It cost about the same as the Les Paul Standard did, and so the Les Paul Standard money went into buying this. And I don't have any other Tellys, but like it's my dad's go-to guitar, so I kind of needed a Telly, I figured. And I think this is going to be a keeper. I just no plans to sell this one. This is just too beautiful to give up for any reason. Then after April, I got a really weird guitar here, which is also, which I called Opus because of those penguin on the 12th fret. This is kind of a wild guitar. You can see I have a video on it. I think the strangest guitar I ever owned. And it's 24th fret, kind of a metal type guitar with some dings and teeth into it, a lot of upgrades. I think just from what the story I got was this 20-year-old guy decided to design his own guitar, and he just it's kind of a parts caster a bit, but it's just like really wild type of thing. It's kind of so bad, so ugly, that's kind of nice. And I kept it for a little while. It does need, it came with really cheap bridge and pickups that really need to be changed around, but I never got around to it. And I bought it for a song. I think I paid like 120 bucks for it, and I put it on Reverb, and I was selling it for 445,000 yen, so about $330 for it. So doubled my money, and it wasn't bad to play, but the pickups are weak, and the body shape, it really needed an arm contour, so I figured throw on Reverb, see what happens, and somebody bought it. So it's off to California now. So that happened back in May was when I bought it here. We're on to the summer. In the summer I had one guitar come in. It was an Edwards V. Edwards is of course a subsidiary of ESP. It's only sold in Japan. Edwards is kind of maybe about the same or maybe a little bit better than LTD. You know, it's basically Korean made guitars, and I got this one here for as you can see it here with my Dean VMNT, and I had a seller right away for it, and it was a bolt-on neck, so I decided I didn't want to set up the Floyd all that much, so I just had to come in and it went out quickly there. So it actually didn't name this one, right? So but it was here for a little while and it looked cool. Probably something I would consider keeping someday. Then for a while I didn't get any other guitars, but then in October I went and got another ESP Grassroots GLP60 Les Paul style guitar. Remember, these Grassroots are only sold in Japan. They're for the Japanese market, so they make, you know, copies, basically Gibson copies. And I really like this guitar. I paid 20,000 yen for it, so it was like no, I didn't even pay that. I paid like about 14,000 yen for just over $100. I think I paid for this guitar. And it was pretty well in perfect shape. It plays, you know, fine, just like any other Les Paul. And I've owned Grassroots before, so let's say for the Les Paul guitars, I think they're all right. They're not my favorite thing to have here, but I knew I could get more for it, so I for like the $110 I paid for it, I ended up selling it for like $350, maybe about like that, and made some extra cash. You know, I kind of wanted to keep it, but then like the wife was saying, "Are you going to sell it?" And yeah, I guess I'm going to sell it. So that's what I did. We sold her off, and on to the next one. It's kind of a type of guitar here in Japan, Grassroots. If I ever wanted it again, I could get it again. I might not get that good of a deal on it. Here in December, I ended up getting this here. Got it right here actually. I can understand. This ESP, which I named Alexi because Alexi Laiho, it's pretty well like a Laiho type guitar here. It's actually called an ESP SV, I believe is the title of it. It's made in Japan. Standard is a ESP Standard Series. Original Floyd Rose. A little bit expensive guitar, but I kind of got it with an American friend who says he's going to buy it off me in January. So I'm going to keep it for 2 months or so here, and when he wants it, I'll send it out to him in America there, and he'll have it. And I'm going to do a review on that soon. I really like it. It's a good guitar. It did cost me a little bit extra money that I'm used to paying for it. Maybe it's... No, it's not. No, it's not. It wasn't expensive as the Maybury or the Les Paul, but it was a... I think we can sell it for more than we got it for. Hey, I like pointy guitars. That's my second V I'm having at the moment. So the Alexi Laiho, was a great guitar. Money on it, but it ended up not being the last guitar of the year. The last guitar of the year turned out to be this one, which is Les Paul Special Epiphone. Really cheap guitar. I think I paid like $110 for this used. Double humbuckers, and my thinking on here, I got a business trip in March for 9 days overseas. I don't have a travel guitar. I thought this might be it. I could take off the neck, and when I get to my destination, I'm there for like 9-10 days. Put it on, play it around, and if it turns out something I lose or something overseas, it's a Les Paul. It's an Epiphone Les Paul Special. So I only paid $110 for it. I named this one Abigail at the moment, and a review will be coming out. So anyways, that was my guitar journey in 2024. I think I ended up with more guitars than I started out with here at the moment. Overall, we got rid of 2 guitars, and we added 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm up 2 on the year. Anyways, hope everybody has a great 2025, and let's see what happens in 2025 with my guitars. Salut!